Hey guys, Kyle the Death Knight of Anime here, bringing you my review for Dragon Ball Super Episode 97. And even before I get into the review, guys, I think for basically all those people out there who aren't aware, I feel I need to address a specific recent event that has happened recently, and it's the English dub voice actor for the English dub voice actor for it was Frieza, Chris Ayers. He's recently gone into he recently came out and said he had COPD and final stage em, emphysema emphysema and like honestly guys, like whether or not you like him as Frieza or not, final stage emphysema, so his whole lung and respiratory system is in danger, pretty much is what it is. And whether or not you like him as Frieza or not, I think it's just important to say that you just need to go on his Facebook and go on his Twitter feed and just wish and just do the whole voice acting community a favor and just wish him the best of luck in recovering, because he did say he's pretty much he's already planning out he's already planning in order to go to surgery in order to kind of correct the problem, in order to get a lung transplant and whatnot. But yeah, guys, in order to really just in order to just kind of wish him, just gonna go on his Facebook and Twitter feed and just wish him the best of luck, honestly, guys, because he deserves it. He stepped up to the plate. He voiced Frieza, and he's been, honestly, in my opinion, he's been amazing. But and I'm not sure if he's even really, like, honestly, we don't even know if he, even after, if he survives this, if he's even going to return, honestly. But if he's even going to return, honestly. But in any case, just wish him the best. Go on his Twitter, like I said, go on his Twitter, Facebook feed, and wish him the best of luck in his recovery, guys. But okay, that's enough of the downer shit. Let's get into this episode. Um, with this episode of Dragon Ball Super review, which is Dragon Ball Super episode 97. And the one thing to note right off the bat about this episode is the opening. Now, in this opening, the reason I guess why I brought up the whole Chris Ayers shit is because in this episode they pretty much changed the opening. And in the beginning, and so they of course they end up showing the Universe 7 team, but the change was that. In the past, they've also had Boo on the Universe 17, but now they replaced it with Frieza in the intro. And don't get me wrong, I love Frieza, I love him to death, but I'm still kind of hoping he's only just a reserve player, and he's not going to be there for the entire tournament. Because, heck, guys, I'm like I said, I like Frieza, but I'm not a big fan of the possibility that he's going to be on the team permanently. Like Frieza's a good character, don't get me wrong, but we've it's been so long since we've actually seen Boo go all out and go all out and fight. So Frieza is fine if he's a reserve player, but we want to see fucking Boo. And I guess that's one of two complaints I have about the episode. The other is that it's not really a complaint; it's just sort of a nitpick, which is that when the Grand Piece was again explaining the rules, and it felt a little tedious, and I was like, just you're wasting time. Just please go ahead and get to the fighting already, would you? It's like, yeah. Another thing is that there was a lot of teasing of Goku and Jiren in this episode, but to be honest, guys, we need to be real here. We might not get. We might need to get used to the fact of them teasing a fight between Goku and Jiren, because if this is the if I had to, like, I think everyone knows at this point, but it's still good to say that the whole Goku and Jiren thing, it's really not going to happen until pretty much until near the end of the latter stages of the tournament. I think it's just gonna be Goku and Jiren just staring each other down a lot, and Goku just dusting off all these random guys right until the end. But hey, it was. But even then, it was the good kind of dusting off that Goku was doing, because this fight was just jam packed with all this amazing shitload of stuff, honestly, and it was just amazing. It was just like the thing about this episode. It was just amazing to see, like, just all this fighting going on, because this the thing about this whole tournament, like shit hitting the fan in this tournament already, is that it just brought back the old feelings of watching Dragon Ball in general, like of being a Dragon Ball fan, like not just Dragon Ball Super, but Dragon Ball in general. Just this whole tournament already kicked the way it's kicking off. It's just bringing back the old Dragon Ball fan in me. It's rising some old Dragon Ball feelings. So yeah, I just love this. I love it the way it's going. Love the way this tournament is starting off. Yeah. Um, One thing that I think was definitely enforced in this episode, and it's been forced in other episodes with the way the Universe 4 has operated even before the tournament began, is Quintessa in Universe 4. Like, Quintessa and Universe 4 in this episode are doing some, or resorting, as we've seen in this episode, Universe 4 was resorting some very shady tactics in order to get Goku out of the tournament, but by having one of their warriors basically commit a complete it was it was a double ring out or something like that, and that just makes me realize that, like, I guess it's obvious, but that makes me realize just how far Universe 4 is willing to go in order to win. But I think even more so, I think the Quintessa as a character, I get the feeling it's a little more than just wanting to win this tournament. Like, honestly, the way Quintessa operates, I think he has a pure hatred for all the other universes, and thing about it is, I think he wants to. The way Quintessa operates, I think he wants to be the only one. I think he wants to be the only one true universe. So, like, the way I see it is of course it's not going to happen. But if Universe 4 wins this, I can kind of see. I can kind of see when if Quintessa wins, which he won't. But if Quintessa wins and he makes a wish on the Dragon Balls, I can kind of see him wishing to basically, we can wish on the dragon in order to destroy all of the other remaining universe except his own. Like, I can imagine him wanting to commit a genocidal act of destroying all the other universes except his Universe 4. Like, the way Cortessa does things, and the way he's been presented, and just the way he operates in general, I think he wants to be the one true and the one and only universe in the entire world. Honestly, like, I think he wants his Universe 4 to be the almighty universe in a way. But yeah, that's I don't know if it's actually true or not, but or maybe he's just a complete crossfuck. But I don't know. That's just the way that I've seen Universe 4 at this point. Also, what was really funny, and of course there were of course with all the action-packed moments, there were also a lot of funny moments. And in typical Dragon Ball fashion, the whole teamwork strategy that Universe 7 had done completely got torn apart with Goku, Frieza, and Vegeta and Android 17 just going off on their own and choosing and going off on their own and choosing to fight motherfuckers one-on-one. But and yeah, there were two great lines after that happened. Like, Roshi said it best: "Forget it, Gohan. We expected them to do this." Like, couldn't have said it better myself, Roshi, my man. Like, Roshi completely knows. Roshi knows Goku. He's trained him, so he knows how Goku acts. And yeah, I'm not surprised he said that, because hey, those guys are Saiyans and they love to fight. So yeah, and another one was Supreme Kai when he said, "Why did we even why didn't we even bother planning?" And to that I ask, yeah, why did you bother planning? You knew the Saiyans and all the other guys were gonna doing this shit. Like, now. Shit, like, what was even the point? Now, I do like how the whole teamwork strategies didn't completely go off the rails, though, because the ones who still did kind of keep it together were Roshi, Tien, Krillin, and Gohan and Piccolo. Like, they were the ones who decided to stay in the team formation. And but even though they didn't really do a whole lot in this episode, just seeing them just kind of go in again and fight, it was kind of sweet. Although the one thing for me is, in that whole circle of opponents, in that whole circle of opponents of people they were facing, fucking that motherfucker Winnie the Pooh one of Winnie the Pooh motherfucker who was Botamo was basically one of the people staring them down. And if any of them lose to Botamo, I'm gonna fucking lose my shit. Like, seriously. I want Botamo fucking out of there. Like, I know I don't know what it is. I just fucking hate Botamo. I really want his ass out of there. I would be surprised. But, yeah. And, oh yeah, another thing we also learned in this episode is that when a fighter falls off when a fighter, like, we've basically assumed at this point that when a fighter, like, they're fighting in a world of the void, is what it's called. We naturally assume that when a fighter falls off, they're probably going to get killed if they fall off. But no, what happens is when a fighter falls off, they're basically they're apparently they're not killed. They're apparently teleported to basically their designated their team's booth pretty much or spectator booth or something. But yeah, so and in a way that whole thing of them not getting killed after they fall off, it gives me a little bit of hope that Zeno was just trolling everyone about destroying the universes. But with Zeno, you never really know. After everything we've seen, I'm not sure we can can really trust anything Zeno says. But like I'm sure a lot of people would get angry in a way with that. But at the same time, it would be fucking hilarious if after the tournaments, it was Zeno who just decided to come up and say, "I was lying. I'm not going to destroy any of the universes." It's like that would actually be kind of fucking hilarious if you think about it. And what's and in the beginning, but even before the tournament started, like when Khalifa had said to Kale that they'll look down on the Universe 6 for the way Kale was acting, I was pretty much thinking in my head, no. Us as the people at home viewing this, we're looking down on you for having that fucking Botamo on the team. Like, I'm sorry, I keep on writing Botamo, but yeah, like, Universe 6, you don't gotta worry about Kale or Khalifa, you don't gotta worry about Kale or yourself. Of people looking down on you girls. You girls are boss, but we're looking down on that fucking Botamo you got on the team. Like, seriously, why are you there, Botamo? Like, shit, get out of here. But on the flip side, Hit had a very brief but kick-ass moment of fighting Universe 3, and yeah, like, it was one of those things where in Universe 3 themselves, they actually started pretty badass, like with the way they were doing, but honestly, I can't really see Universe 3, like the two teams I can't really see all this doing much a whole lot of surviving from this point on is Universe 3 and Universe 10. Like, yeah, honestly, I think Universe 3 and Universe 10, they pretty much are going to be I think Universe 3 and Universe 10 are going to be the first teams to in order to be eliminated. At least in my eyes, they are. But we'll have to see. It's all how Toriyama and Toei decide to play this. But yeah, like for me, my whole prediction is Universe 3 and Universe 10 are going to be the first people to get dusted off in this. But who knows? Who knows? I want to assume that they're still going to surprise us, but the way they've been fighting, yeah, they seem a little crusty right now. One thing I did actually notice in this episode that's actually really worth talking about is the whole mentality of like the fighters and the spectators. Like in terms of the spectators, the gods, the angels, and the supreme kais, those are the guys that are still worrying about their universes being destroyed. Yet to a certain degree, it feels like the contestants, like the fighters involved in this tournament, all the teams, they seem to be so engrossed in the fighting that it almost seems sometimes like they forgot what was on the line. Like the only time I think, like it seems like they've completely forgotten. Like during this whole fighting, it seems like they've gotten so engrossed and into the tournament itself of fighting other universes that it seems like they just kind of forgot what was on the line. The only time I think I ever really... Actually, the only time I ever really got a sense that they remember that the purpose of the tournament is when they were fighting Universe 7, which could be seen as... But But even then, it's like one of those things where I think we can kind of see it as one of those things like whenever someone engages in a fight, that they sometimes they let the adrenaline and the hype take over so much to the point where they basically where they block out all the outside sources. Like nothing else even really matters other than the fight, that is right in front of you. And I feel that that was one of the biggest messages here is in this whole episode is that when you're basically fighting, you just get so hyped up and hopped up on the adrenaline and the rush of battle that sometimes you just kind of forget everything else everything else that is going to end up going that is going to end up going on ends up going on in the background. But yeah, it is kind of interesting in that sense where we definitely have gotten it is kind of an interesting thing to look at because it does I think it could definitely apply here as well, honestly. Um, but yeah, guys, that's pretty much my whole review of Dragon Ball Super Episode 97. A pretty simple but a pretty epic episode. Like the Universe Survival Tournament has officially started, and it is fucking hype. I cannot wait for the next episode. And from what I've seen of the preview, it seems like the next episode is going to be a little focused on Vegeta this time around. Like if it looks like Vegeta's gonna go in, and I'm always hyped for whenever Vegeta. I'm always hyped for whenever we see a fight with Vegeta. Honestly, like Vegeta is like I like Goku fine, but Vegeta is my main guy. Like I love Vegeta to death. But yeah, guys, that's my review. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter and Facebook. That Night of Anime. Signing off. Later, peeps.